So for the first one, what is your superpower? And in other words, what are you good at? Who would like to go first?
My superpower would had to be problem solving or just work on puzzles. Like I'm really good at puzzles.
Well, I would have to say that my superpower is the expanse knowledge of random bits and pieces of history.
I'll have to say that my superpower would be pretty much the same as Michaela's, like puzzles and all, but mostly taking apart things and putting it back together the perfect way.
I use computers to design roller coasters using real software and techniques from real manufacturers.
All right. Okay. So next one. What do you wish the general public, including your teachers and potential employers, knew or understood about autism and neurodiversity? That's a big one. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question?
I know, it's a big one. Okay. What do you wish the general public, including your teachers and potential employers, knew or understood about autism and neurodiversity?
Well, hopefully that we're human. I'd have to say that just anything for anyone to know about people with autism is that, well, we're just most of the time just like anyone else, and that a lot of times we're pretty fun to be around.
But I will have to say that although our emotions can be sometimes seem a little dull, we still do have them. It's sometimes hard to get a lot of emotional responses.
What do you think is the biggest misunderstanding about autism?
That people think that those people you see with autism in media, like TV shows and movies, we're not affected in the exact same way as those type of people.
I would kind of have to agree with Michaela on that part, is that a lot of times we can be misrepresented as what like autism really means or what people with autism really are like, and a lot of times people just end up thinking something completely different.
Again, I have to agree with Nick.
I think people fail to understand how large the spectrum actually is and how many different forms autism comes in. So it affects lots of different people in lots of different ways.
All right. What is the best thing about having autism?
The ability to retain knowledge and things you're interested in.
The ability to actually say you're a lot more different than everyone else, but you could be better in a different way.
You said best part, right? Yeah. All right, so I'd have to say the best part about having autism is like telling people, hey, I actually have autism, and then just watching their face say, no, you don't.
Well, what I would have to say the best part is like the ability to retain knowledge and the ability to have your own perspective on a variety of issues, much like most everybody else.
All right. What's the hardest thing about having autism?
Me, the jokes. I just don't get jokes all that often. I never heard them before.
Me personally, I'd have to say the hardest part about having autism is that sometimes, as mentioned before, you can have like a bit of a monotone voice and be a little emotionless. And a lot of times it can be hard to express to people that you do understand that sometimes it can be going through something that you also have already been through yourself.
Having a lot more ways to actually get stressed out a lot more. And harder to actually find a way how to get rid of that stress.
Communication.
Okay. What has been the biggest influence during your high school years on who you are becoming today and how?
Mostly my friends and teachers.
Well, the person I'd have to say that's given the most influence on who I am as a person today wasn't really in my high school year, but more or less middle school. And I'd have to say it was a teacher by the name of Miss Cole. Wonderful person. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person I am today.
I would have to say my stepmom actually helped me out going through that.
All right. What would be your future dream job?
Welding.
I would have to say one of multiple things. One, possibly like a bioengineer or biologist of some kind, or dream job, I guess you could say actor.
Me, herpetologists or biotechnologists. Basically, herpetologists, those who study reptiles and amphibians, not one or the other, although it can be that sometimes. And biotechnologists is basically those in the biotechnology field.
Mechanical engineering.
Okay, now some robotics questions. First of all, what or who inspired you to join robotics, and what made you continue to be a part of the program?
I mostly learned about the program through my mom, who was a high school teacher, so she knew a lot of kids at school that were going through the program, and it sounded like something I'd be interested in.
Well, it was actually one of my CA teachers that actually pointed out, like, showed me this program, told me there was a lot of people like me that actually it's a good environment and all. And also, I made a lot more friends through it.
Well, I'd have to say Paula Main, because during my first year of high school and open house and all that is when all the sign-ups and all that surround. I was talking with her, and she ends up asking me, you know anything about robotics? My answer, of course, being no, I have no idea what that is. Her answer was being join robotics then.
The person who inspired me the most was this guy right here.
All right, what is the best part about robotics?
The amount of fun you have.
I would have to say the best part about robotics is that not if, but when we go to Houston, Texas for championships is getting to meet all the amazing people around the world, regardless of like country or wherever they're from. It's amazing getting to meet all these different people and these different personalities on who they are as a person.
Me is the actually meeting a lot more people and getting more friends, but it's also actually having a responsibility on the team and helping out.
It's a really good competitive outlet with a very large range of skill sets.
All right, have you always been interested in science and STEM?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I guess you could say yes.
Very much so.
How do you handle competitions regarding noise and the social aspect?
It takes me weeks to mentally prep, but I do mentally prep, and I also do bring earplugs.
I didn't have much of a problem as Michaela did when it came to the noise, but it was still a bit of a problem. But I was able to get past it.
Me, it took me a while, but I actually got used to it because of Nicholas next to me.
A mixture of being given a task that I can really focus on and just sucking it up, I guess.
All right, in what way do you feel that robotics has helped you the most?
It has helped with my communication skills, but mostly it's been as I mentioned earlier, it's been a really good competitive outlet where I otherwise might not have been able to get one.
Helped me through becoming more social with my peers around me.
Just to make sure the question was how robotics has helped us, right? Yes. All right, good. Basically, robotics has helped me with being able to get to know so many different people and getting to exercise and being able to speak and understand and socialize.
Me, it's helping out with other subsets in the team while striking up a conversation. That really does help.
All right, is it difficult when new team members join?
Nope.
Well, with maybe a few team members here and there being new, it's not much of a problem. But when the entire team is gone and it's nothing but freshmen, it gets pretty interesting.
Say the question one more time for me.
Okay, is it difficult when new team members join?
Not really. Well, if they know what they're doing, maybe.
When you have new people introduced into a certain group, it almost always presents a challenge because you need to start working with a new way to work on different projects and how to include these people and how to work with them in order to get something done. So it does present a challenge, but we welcome everybody. So.
All right, and socially, how did you learn to interact with the rest of the team?
Mostly I had to just suck it up and actually try to open up to everyone and give everyone a chance to actually accept who I am.
Through the magic power of trial and error.
Seriously, for me, it's helping out the others and while I'm doing that, just talk about what happened during that day.
Is there a certain moment in your time on robotics that stands out, or maybe a certain person that has helped you the most on the team?
Nicholas and Sorkins.
First of all, I'd like to say thanks for that. And I'd have to say the moment part of robotics that stands out the most for me is one of two things. One, getting to know everyone on the team and being able to speak with them and know who they are as a person. And two, getting to be the part of the competitions and meet all these other amazing people.
Again, the question one more time, please. I'm sorry.
Is there a certain moment in your time on Boneyard that stands out, or maybe a certain person that has helped you the most on the team?
I'm going to have to say Nicholas, Michaela, and Jaden. Jordan, sorry. Really, it was these guys that actually helped me out and actually got me to like it a lot more.
My favorite moment on the team was the preseason 2018, going to Thor and being on drive team for the first time.
All right. How do you feel about Boneyard's platform of neurodiversity, and is there something in particular that you think the team should focus on more?
I think our neurodiversity has made lots of strides in the community, and I think a lot of teams right now are kind of taking after us and trying to do similar things, and I think it's good for FIRST.
Well, I would have to say that our strives for neurodiversity and all that is absolutely wonderful and a great way to spread opportunities to multiple different people that, regardless of who they are and what's going on up here, it gives them a chance to have an opportunity to be part of something that they never would have been in the past.
I would have to completely agree with Nick and Zayden on that one. I had nothing more to add.
All right. What makes Boneyard special to you?
To me, what makes it special is that no matter what subject you're on, you actually do help each of the other subjects in your own unique way, and sometimes you have to help hands-on.
Well, I'd have to say I'm allowed to scream as loud as I want and not get told to be quiet.
The people. It's mostly all the people on the team that make it for me.
Anyone can find a role on the team, and yeah.
All right. How do you think you have changed Boneyard as a team member?
I think I've helped improve our strategy and scouting.
I feel approved by social and finding the right place in the team for me.
I can't say I made it better in any way, but I can say I've helped anywhere there've needed to be helped.
I had to say what Nick said. I didn't make one particular improvement, but I kind of helped where I could.
Okay. How do the other students treat you on the team? Do they make you feel different? And what about the students at school?
Well, although it took a while, the students already started to ask about how I work and how I tick, but overall, it started to get better after I joined robotics.
I mostly just snuck in and just acted like everyone else, to be honest.
I don't really know how to answer this question.
I don't really talk to people unless I have to, but I mean, otherwise I'm treated like a normal person, so I mean, it's fine with me.
All right. And for the last one, how did you decide what sub-team to be a part of, and have you tried different sub-teams?
Because I've wanted to be an engineer since I was like 6, so it was the natural option.
Me, I was just interested in how to actually build something that actually would be inside of a competition and see how it actually worked.
Well, I'd have to say I've tried out every sub-team except for one, which is programming. And And, well, all I can really say is that I'm just wherever I'm needed.
I actually only try marketing and scouting, and I actually prefer scouting. Sorry about that, Miss Main. I actually find marketing kind of boring.